Well, given the fact that Jonathan Gould had hardly anything to do in that game except look at some rather tricky pass-backs, you begin to wonder if Hibs can come back in this at all. Certainly they have to improve enormously. Berkovic, rather more anonymous in the first half than the man on the ball at the moment. Moravcik, and just taken away from Viduka. Lambert. He's been very cool and calculated in the best sense of the word today, Lambert. And his return, and that's just beyond because. Goalkeeper taking plenty of time about it. Tebeli. And Radcek using his arm to fend off there. Yes, I think he realized he lost possession. Latapi. McKinley. Here's Latapi. Tebeli tries to go in, and well, he kept his eye on the ball as Collins went for him. It goes, and Gould gets a touch of the ball. Hasn't seen it for a while. There goes McNamara. Lambert took up position well on the right-hand side. Viduka, strength paying off again. Nice little turn back, Berkovic. McNamara read that very well, and that's just over. Once again, coming in from the outside level, Moravcik. With that enormous leap of his, just a little bit under the ball there that time, but marvellous vision to come in exactly when he did. Nyobe. Berkovic, Nyobe, good play, Viduka coming in and goal. Can he chip it over? Yes. Putting it in eventually. Great play, and the real powerful surge there by Viduka paid off. But notice he kept control well, and he stoops to conquer. Moravcik seconds, and we've gone 14 minutes into the second half. Here we are again. Celtic winning all the tackles now. Berkovic, look at the space here. Just past. About a foot away from his hat-trick there. And disaster for Hibs again. I mean, he's the most lethal man in the field, and look at the latitude they've given him. Incredible. Well, he must be satisfied after a week in which his name has been bandied about by so many people as to his future. Slack could be picked up by Collins. Great play by Tebeli though. Now Moravcik, beautiful ball. Viduka is uncovered and he couldn't get the ball through to him quickly enough. McNamara might let fly. Great save. Hibs goalkeeper has been outstanding today. There's another one for him this time from Lambert. Didn't quite get hold of it the way he would have liked. Well, Colgan's been full of confidence. And I think illustrates he really did stand up well to that one.
And the match sponsor is Hibernian.
That's a good ball by Tebeli though. That's a better ball to Patalainen. Good save by Gould. Well, it really is awkward for a goalkeeper who's had nothing to do in the game to take a shot like this late on in the match. But he did it very well. No lapse in concentration. have been looking for some support, gets it, there he is again. There's Latterby going in, excellent save by Miller! And that's the best moment for Hibs in the match. The last 5 minutes, they really have made inroads into the Celtic defence. Latterby's at the centre of it, and also the pace of Miller, neatly put back there. Great save again by Gould. And the youngster, well, I think he was put off by that slide right across, blocking his vision. Oh, by Vikos. Better ball by Peter. Look at the pace of McNamara again. And it's a save. Another superb, reflexive save. Off the foot of Viduka again. Once again, Hibs almost solely penalised for the space that developed for McNamara on the right-hand side. Viduka ending up almost in the right fullback position. Got out of it very well. Petrov to Peta. McNamara, good first-time ball there. Viduka. Well, that looked more like a penalty to me. I thought that was in the box. There's his turn. There's the challenge there. Well, in actual fact, he's booking him for diving, which I think he might have done in the first half when he got the penalty. Bocho. Petrov. Peta is there, and again the goalkeeper thwarts him. I think what was good about that save was the pace off his line. Saw the danger very quickly indeed. Yes, look at him coming off there and down to it again. Technically very sound. Tebeli. Viduka holding the ball well again. That's a decent effort. Angled it well. Watcher was screaming for it. And that's picked up. Vikos tries to chip the goalkeeper. He has. Beautifully scored by Vikos. But given away by Hibs again. Out of defence. Slag play. The ball thrown out there. Now just watch this kind of blunder. Matthias Jack just flips it in to empty space there. Alertness there by the Danish player, and that is a delightful chip that Lubo Moravcik himself might admire. 4-0. No, he's played well. Some of the really slack play in front of him hasn't helped his afternoon. He is blameless. Well, I think his defence has let him down. I mean, detracting nothing from Celtic's performance, but Ali McLeish must be incensed with some of the defending. Miller took that very well, Miller. I've seen one or two little flashes of him this afternoon. He really has had very little support. There's Miller again. And nobody there going down the right. And there goes the final whistle. A comprehensive victory for Celtic. Started off by that incident which produced the penalty, which I don't think really was a penalty. But Viduka accepted it, slotted it away beautifully, and that was the start. And then Moravcik took over. A superb display by Moravcik in this game. And isn't that a perfect illustration of a beautifully balanced footballer who knows exactly what he's doing in a tight situation? That was a second, and then in the second half, as I said, a man stooping to conquer. Down he went. He'll put them in anyway. The third, and then at the end, dreadful defending by him, giving the ball away far too loosely. and punished by that delectable little chip. The final score, Celtic 4, Hibs 0.
Martin, I suppose it's nice to talk about football again with Celtic, a 4-0 victory.
Yes, it's great to have got the result against Hibs. We carried on from where we left against Dundee on Wednesday night. We knew, I mean, everyone at this club has not had an easy couple of weeks, and we knew the only way we're going to change that situation is performing on the park. And I think it speaks a lot for the boys that we've won these 2 games in this week.
All the speculation about unrest in the dressing room, is that over with? Can Celtic now get on with the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, when you have some bad results, you have to stick together, and I think we showed that today, that we have a good team spirit in the team, and I mean, we have to try to get on and play good football. That's our aim.
So despite the departure of Craig Burley, you reckon that between Wednesday against Dundee and today against Hibernian, Celtic have turned some kind of corner?
Definitely. I mean, we've now got 2 wins on the trot, and we'll look to build on that next week.
Well, it's been a torrid week in the life of Celtic's head coach John Barnes. Craig Burley claiming he was forced out of Parkhead, a last-minute cup quarter-final winner against Dundee, and a vote of confidence from the club's chief executive on Friday. Well, I spoke to Barnes after yesterday's 4-0 victory and asked him first about the welcome return of stand-in skipper Paul Lambert.
Well, Lambert is a very important person to us, as he is to Scotland, as he is to whichever team he's played for. So, you know, we're just glad to have him back.
Now, you've said that these 2 results have kick-started your season. What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, we want to continue playing like that and picking up results from now to the end of the season. I think that it was unfortunate that the run of results all came at the same time, because I suppose if they could have been spread out over a 4-month period whereby you win 6 games and you lose 1 and you win another 6, but the defeats came all at once, which was, you know, obviously not an ideal situation. So we needed something to then get us back in, to get the fans, to get the club, to get everybody now confident, and it was a great performance to do that.
People joke about managers getting votes of confidence, but were you happy to hear Mr McDonald saying yesterday that you needed at least 2 years to get things right?
Well, I mean, I've spoken to Mr McDonald about the situation throughout. I mean, he's come out publicly and said it, but he said that to me before. So, you know, it means nothing to me that he's now come out publicly and said it. Maybe it'll, you know, allay people's fears or you know, may change the crowd or people's ideas, but I always thought that was the situation anyway.
But that doesn't mean to say that Celtic can't do something this season.
Not at all, not at all. We're in the semi-finals of a cup and we're a point behind Rangers. Okay, they've got 2 games in hand, but 2 games in hand means nothing. I'm sure they'd rather have the points. So, of course, you know, as I wasn't getting carried away when we started off well and we had wonderful performances and scoring goals left, right and centre, I didn't get carried away when we went through the bad run, and I'm not getting carried away now that we've won today and we beat Dundee, because there's still a lot of hard work to go. And I would just take every game as it comes and try and do as well as we can.
Do you think you'll get an easier time this week?
Well, you know, you're only 1 defeat away from a crisis, so I suppose this week I'll be okay.